Hi everyone, we are live in St. George, Utah, outside of the 5th District Court, where the Smithfield Trial is going to begin at 9 a.m., which here in Utah, 9 a.m. Mountain Time is just in 40 minutes or so. And as we gather, we are going to be demonstrating in front of the courthouse on public property to speak in support of the right to rescue and to elevate this trial to the world. And we need your help to do that. So as day one of the Smithfield trial begins with jury selection, please share this live stream. Please use hashtag SmithfieldTrial, especially on Twitter where it matters even more, but everywhere on social media. Help us get this trial out there, help us get journalists hearing about it, help us get potential allies, coalition partners, whistleblowers, lawyers, anyone who can support hearing about this case, because our friends Wayne and Paul have a lot on the line, and the animal rights movement has a lot on the line too. This case could be a trigger moment if we use it right, if we tell the stories of these rescued animals, Lily and Lizzie, the piglets who Wayne and Paul and a team of investigators found sick and dying inside of a Smithfield Foods factory farm in Utah, took them to get veterinary care, and for saving their life, for saving Lily and Lizzie, they are now facing years in prison. Over 10 years, in fact. So I'm right here, I'll show you again, outside of the courthouse with, I'm not sure if there's 60 or 70 or how many supporters here right now, but right now, bright and early, we are all gathered out here on public property to elevate this trial to passerby, to media, to as many people as we can. And I will be turning it around and showing you people when we get to chanting and speak outs and showing some signs with images from inside the farm. But I just want to share right now that jury selection is what's happening today. And because of that, we are allowed to go inside the courthouse because we have defendants have a right to a public trial. So when they're on trial, they have a right for the public to be able to see what happens, to hold the court and prosecutors and everyone accountable. And although this judge has been taking extreme measures to restrict access to this trial for media and the public, he can't go so far as to completely shut people out, because that would be, even more unconstitutional than some of the other things he's already done, like not allowing evidence of the alleged quote-unquote crime of the rescue from even being shown in court, and not allowing any evidence of inhumane animal conditions at Smithfield. So we have our own signs here to expose that cruelty, giant signs with pigs from Circle 4 Farms to expose that cruelty. But because he can't completely shut us out, and the jurors are appearing today online on a platform called WebEx, we will be able to go inside the courtroom. But the rest of the week, the jurors will be the ones inside the courtroom, and the supporters and attendees will be the ones joining on WebEx. So we will be in the courtroom today, but we cannot take the live stream in there. The judge has made it very difficult to share what's happening in the courthouse, to get access to record for media, to get access to stream or anything like that. So the best that we can do is share live updates. So we are going to be live tweeting all week long on Smithfield Trials. On Twitter, the account is called Smithfield Trial. The handle is @SmithfieldTrial. So if you don't already follow it on Twitter, please go on Twitter, make an account if you don't have one. Now is the time, if there's ever a time. I know we say it at DxE a lot, to get a Twitter account, but we really mean it today more than ever. So get on Twitter and go follow at DxEverywhere, which is the handle for Direct Action Everywhere. We'll be sharing some updates there as well, but especially at Smithfield Trial, which is the handle where we're going to be live tweeting about the Smithfield Trial all week long. So go do that and also share the live stream that's here. Thanks, Shiloh, for sharing it already. I'm going to turn this around and show you. These are some graphic photos that were taken inside Circle 4 Farms in Milford, Utah, the Smithfield-owned facility where Lily and Lizzie were rescued. These are possibly their siblings, individuals from the farm at the time of their rescue who had been born dead or died soon after and are cramped in with their mothers in the cages, covered in filth, covered in feces. This is a grown pig who's lying in their own waste. These are photos that the world needs to see, that we want the public to see. We want this trial to be an opportunity to elevate the cruelty that happens at Smithfield on a daily basis, and also at factory farms like Smithfield all over the world. So I'm going to walk down the line here and show you everyone. We have right to rescue placards to elevate this campaign for the right to rescue. And we also have a banner here directing people to watch the alleged crime at DxE.io/DeathStar, which is the video that the judge has ruled cannot be shown in court, but we believe is essential for the public to see, to know why the defendants took these sick piglets out, why they entered Smithfield in the first place. Here's a photo of the rescue. We also have placards saying, "Stop covering up animal cruelty," because Hsiung, the Attorney General in Utah, has been hell-bent on not just prosecuting the whistleblowers who spoke up about Smithfield's abuse, but also preventing that abuse from coming out in court. And it's his office, Hsiung Reyes' office, that is prosecuting the defendants, and it's his office that pushed for video of the alleged crime, the video of the rescue that DxE posted proudly on their social media. His office pushed to not have that be shown in court, which was a motion that the judge granted. And that's why video evidence is currently prohibited in court.
Animals' lives are their right. We will not give up this fight. Animals' lives are their right. We will not give up this fight.
So if you're just joining us, we are in St. George, Utah, in southern Utah. I and a lot of other people drove here yesterday all the way from California. We also have a lot of people from Utah here and people from other parts of the country and world who are attending to support. And this is just the first day of the Smithfield trial. We expect more people to attend all week long. There are people en route currently. Wayne and Paul, the defendants in this trial, just went into the courthouse a few moments ago when we were briefing and setting up. We saw them enter. Wayne was doing his own live stream, so you can check that out if you want to hear from Wayne directly. He's great on the comms as well, but we would love everyone to be following the DxE social media all week long as well for updates, especially the Smithfield Trial Twitter account, which will be getting going very soon because we will be going into the courthouse very soon. Court starts at 9 a.m., which is 30 minutes or so from now in Mountain Time here in Utah. So we are doing our demonstration right now to raise awareness, to get photos out on social media and sent to the press. And then we'll be going inside to show support in the courtroom, where unfortunately we cannot record, we cannot live stream, we can't even take photos, and the jury is going to be anonymous. I don't know if everyone got that memo, but in this case, the judge ruled that the jury will be anonymous, which is a very rare move. It's one of the many things the judge has done that show a clear bias against the defendants, because what that signals to the jurors who are sitting in the courtroom is that it's unsafe for them, for their names to be known, for the defendants to know who they are. That puts them at danger, which signals to them that Paul and Wayne are violent, dangerous people rather than the kind, compassionate animal rescuers that they are. And it gives them that impression because it's a rare move that's historically been reserved for mob bosses and organized crime leaders. So I'm going to turn it around and show you the speak out here. We've got Rocky speaking here.
Yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for staying in this line, especially in the rain. So
it is raining. There is a flood alert out, but we are still here.
And we are about to head in right now, actually. And just some ground. Housekeeping.
I absolutely agree, Tanya. The judge is incredibly biased. He continues to say, "Save that for your appeal," which indicates he's already made up his mind about how the case will end, which he should not do before hearing the evidence.
You can't or don't want.
Avinash says crooked government, definitely.
Leave it here, and then we'll just watch over it. But of course.
So this is the courthouse right here where we're going to be heading in. I wish we could take you with us, but we can't. So please go and follow the Smithfield Trial Twitter account. The handle is @SmithfieldTrial. We will be live tweeting there, and we will also be doing our best to post on our Instagram stories for Direct Action Everywhere, to be posting on Facebook, to be sending email alerts out. There's a lot of ways we want to communicate with everyone, but definitely the number one is the Smithfield Trial Twitter account. And every time that you share things there, you help us potentially reach journalists who frequent that platform, who are looking for potential stories to cover and seeing what has a lot of public interest. And also other allies who are using Twitter, who could be lawyers in Utah who want to get involved in this case and help us, or other whistleblowers who want to add their names in support. So please get on Twitter and share. And if you all have Any questions, feel free to comment them on this live stream. I know Shiloh is on top of live stream support, and maybe she can help direct you to the correct links to answer your questions. You can also go to righttorescue.com, which is our campaign website for all our animal rescue prosecutions happening in DxE, including this case, which is the current featured case on the website because it is the one that is in trial in about 20 minutes. And so you can find more information there about how to help. Avinash is saying, please repeat about sharing on Twitter. So the Twitter account that you should follow, Avinash and everyone, is at SmithfieldTrial, which is the same thing as the hashtag that we're trying to blow up everywhere, which is hashtag SmithfieldTrial. And basically, if you follow that account, you'll get the most live updates. But the main DxE account on Twitter is another good place to look for the biggest updates, which we will share there. So thank you everybody for your support. I'm really sorry that this is a short live stream. We do intend to be live again later today because this afternoon, early evening, we will be going back to the farm where Lily and Lizzie were rescued, Circle 4 Farms, which is owned by Smithfield Foods. It's a massive facility that raises 1.2 million pigs for slaughter every single year. And they have pigs confined right now. They have pigs suffering right now. The images that we just showed you at the protest were taken there, and pigs continue to suffer there from criminal animal cruelty. So we're going to be going back there and doing a caravan, which is basically a driving tour of the facility. We'll get out at different spots, including where Lily and Lizzie were rescued, and we'll show you the facility. It's massive. You can't even fathom it. It has over 300 barns on site. So if you're thinking this is a farm with thinking a barn is a farm, they're not the same. This factory farm has over 300 barns, industrial sheds more like, on their facility, and over 150 manure lagoons or cesspools. So this is a massive facility. That's why we need to do a driving tour to even show you most of it. And we will be doing that on Facebook live stream later today. So if you're a Facebook person, if that's where you're going to be, then you can tune back in for updates on what happens in jury selection here in court there, because I'll be live again at Circle 4, and I can tell you what happens in court. I'm going to do my best to take the best notes that I can. And thank you all so much for supporting. If you all have any questions, I'm going to do last call for any questions because I do see that people are heading into court here. All right, everyone, I am going to put the phone and gimbal away and head into court myself and grab my notebook to take notes. I can actually use a phone in there too, which is nice that they have said that you can use silent portable devices in this court, unlike other courts I'm used to. So we will be able to live tweet from there. Ruby's saying there are billions of people and what amounts to a handful of criminals. I think the whole criminal justice system is, obviously it's a social construct. We created it, and who gets to decide who is a criminal and who isn't? These laws are outdated, and the people in power are often greedy. It's a very dangerous system for everybody. When I've been in jail myself, being arrested at actions, I felt so sympathetic hearing the stories of people who are in there who are really struggling. And, I have compassion for everybody who has to go into this courthouse for any reason. Definitely for Paul and Wayne, who are facing over 10 years in prison for trying to help, for doing something in the public interest, for saving animals' lives. That's a story that I think the world needs to hear to expose just how corrupt this so-called justice system is for everyone. So thank you, everybody, for your support. I'm going to wrap up the live stream now. Thank you for supporting Paul and Wayne and the right to rescue and elevating the Smithfield trial all week long.